Hey guys! Oh, I'm backwards. Hey guys, welcome back. This is Chosen Architect, and today we are going to be empowering some stuff. So I hope you guys are ready. So we've done a little bit of Thaumcraft over the past couple of episodes, and honestly, it's looking pretty good. But we have reached a point where we need to kind of start working on all the prerequisites that we really need to get to. We have Thaumcraft pretty much ready for the final task in order to gain a dragon head. So that is pretty much ready. All we got to do is make the infusion altar. We have the stuff unlocked. We literally just need to make a gauntlet and we're good to go. A caster's gauntlet and build the actual thing and we're ready to go. So we need some other things to get done. So we need a dragon horn as one of those. As you can see, that's going to require an empower, and there's several things that actually require an empower, which we are going to need. In order to get Manulin, as you can see here, we need to kind of go forth, and Manulin is an alloy, and it's also going to require empowered oil, which empowered oil comes from an empowerer. So we have everything else. Blazing Pyrotheum, something we can easily make. All of this stuff is pretty easy to obtain. I think we'll have to do this by hand just to get the Ardite we're going to need. And then that'll give us ingots, and then it's this pretty much the same for cobalt. As you can see here, cobalt requires liquid death, which we get that through Thaumcraft. And then we need gelid cryotheum, water, and then essence of true blue, all of which we can get pretty easy. Liquid death comes from Thaumcraft. It's actually not too difficult, and we've already unlocked the information for it. Well, we're going to need to unlock the information for it, I guess. We're going to have to do a little bit of research. One thing on theory, and that should be pretty easy to do. So, anyways, let's kind of work on that empower. So, let's take a look at that. Now, this is part of actually additions. Let's take a look at that. Actually additions. We haven't really touched on much actually additions, surprisingly. So, here's our empower. This is going to require some Anori crystals. It's going to require also some redstonia and some black quartz. I think we have a little bit of black quartz. Right? Yeah, we're going to have to make some more probably. So to make this, or to make black quartz, we need redstone, I think. And the redstone goes inside this bad boy. And that will produce black quartz. Yes. Just like that. And we should be able to take that. So I'm going to let that run for a little bit. We're going to need just a little bit of it, not too much. I'm going to go ahead and break this as well. We don't need that just yet. Throw that in there. I need to also take this out. There we go. All right. So let's take the rest of this. We'll go ahead and get that cooked up. That should take just a second. And voila. We really don't need too much of that. So we do need redstone though. Like 2 stacks of redstone, and I would say iron as well. Just to throw back here. And to get it converted. I have to do one at a time. Which is okay with me. And there we go. Perfect. Alright, so all of this combined together is going to help us. We also need quartz, which we have quartz. We're going to need 30 quartz blocks, though. 30 of these bad boys. I'll show you why here in just a second. So 30 of those with a chisel. We're going to turn 15 of these into the chiseled quartz block version. And that's all we need. And then I'll throw that here. Both of these need to be thrown in. And you get aesthetic quartz and you get aesthetic green block. So both of these are what you're going to need later on to get the empower working. Alright, so for this, we're also going to need some casings. We need a couple of casings. Let's see, that's going to be just for the empower base itself, and then it's going to require display stands. Let's go ahead and get some of these. Like I said, we need some more of the redstonia crystal. So that's why we need to get a bunch of that cooked up and ready to go. Alright, redstonia crystal. I'm going to make just as many as we can. I guess that's all we can make. Let's see. Let's speed this up. You'd be surprised. I've got questions like, why haven't I hooked this up with an accelerator already? I have no idea. I'll probably regret it later. But there we go. Because normally I can just do it by hand and it takes just a second. Alright. So this will allow us to get a few. So basically each one of these stands, so we're going to need 5 stands. So we're going to need at least 5 of these. And then this is going to need 1. And that's 2. So 5, 6, 7. And that's it. We need 7. So we need 7 of these basic coils. We already have 1. There's 7. Gold. We're going to turn that into a couple nuggets. There we go. And we'll just convert those over to advanced. There's all 7. We're ready to rock and roll. Alright, so making the battery, that's not too difficult. Making a double battery, not too hard either. Bam. And this it is charging. Doesn't really matter that it's charging though, because we need to make these display stands. So let's throw this in here. We'll make all 5 display stands. And last but not least, we need to make this, which requires the battery. And there is our Empower setup. Very simple. All right, let's get some points. We're going to need 4 points. We should have enough of everything to do this. There it goes. And then we're going to need a way to put items in. I think for right now we probably do it manually. I don't know if there's any reason for us to do it not manually. So let's go ahead and get this set up. Right here would probably be just fine, right here in the center area. And then you need to go 2 blocks away and then place your pedestal. Just like that. On the outside, we're going to go ahead and select our network. Very simple. And these stands are ready to go. You don't want to place them in there though. If you do that, shift right click to get them out. Probably easier if I had a configurator on me. Alright. So, pretty easy, right? Now we need to figure out what needs to be empowered. There's a few things that we can empower. I know one that we're going to need is going to require us to have liquid. If we take a look at the Empower, you can see all the different recipes that require the Empower itself. I know we're going to need one of each of these different items that are going to be empowered. That I know. To get gas tier, we're going to need this teardrop. And if you remember that teardrop, yeah, is kind of a pain to get. Quicksilver is another thing we're going to eventually need. We're going to need that to make diamantine. Does look like some of these recipes have been changed, so that's interesting to look at. Okay. Trying to see what all... Okay. So, Emerald, now that we have this set up, we know that Emerald is something that we also need to look at. Let me look at Empowered canola seeds is something else that we're going to have to do. This just requires canola seed. I think I have some. Maybe? Yes, I do have some canola seed. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to actually go take it over here. And we're going to get this thing planted so we can just have it auto-harvest for us. I'm going to see if it works this way. Can it be auto-harvested? Okay, not normally. It's going to need this one. There we go. Alright, so that way, we'll go ahead and collect some while we're waiting. Because we'll need it eventually. We'll need some empowered canola seed. That's how we're going to make the liquid powered canola oil. Alright, so we're that far ahead. Let's take a look at that one thing. Oh, we're going to need emerald. That's what I was going to work towards. So, getting emerald. That is its own beast. To make emerald, we're going to need to liquefy it. To do that, we're going to need to take this paper wealth. And it says, the very concept of wealth has somehow been infused into this magic piece of paper. Truly a magical technique. And we see we need player teardrop, because right now we can't make a gold coin, because the machine that makes the gold coin actually requires emerald. So, I mean, but once we get the emerald, we can actually do it this way, which would be way faster and way easier. So we still need to make this purifying bath salts. Yeah, this thing is not fun. It requires cognito, air, ordo, and victus. So, all of which we should be able to get over with the Thaumcraft using quartz. But there is a way we actually need to pump water here. We can do that with, let's see, we don't have a kitchen sink or anything, but we do have ways of getting water. Let's see. And probably an aqueous accumulator will be our best bet for this. At least I think so. And using a fluid transfer node would also be fast as well. Or, sorry, a liquid translocator. Would really be what we need. Alright, so the aqueous accumulator should go right here. Just like that. What we should be able to do is break this. Make sure this is set up properly. Have that going there. And that will keep this filled, hopefully, with the amount of water we're going to need when we start doing some of our work here. Alright, so let's go ahead and get some quartz. We might need to make some more quartz. Something that I have not made yet. Let's see. The alchemy catalyst? No, it's not the alchemy catalyst. It's what helps us make more of these. Right here. Ah, the conjure, this one, right here. So we need to make another alchemy catalyst. It's not too difficult. And we'll use that to make this. And we should be able to plop that right underneath. There we go. And that'll just help us out here. So now we can actually throw in quartz. And we'll pretty much use some mana to duplicate it. Look at that. Nice. You gotta love that. And then we're gonna turn this into some slivers. There we go. That should be plenty. Alright, so stuff that we're gonna use for bath salts. We need the cognito. So we need to find something that gives us cognito. Let's see. An actually addition manual? Paper. So paper. Paper would be something good. Let's take a little bit of paper. As you can see, this gives us 2. We can just throw that in here. That'll give us 60. And we just hold right-click on this. And it's going to give us the individual aspects. Because the water is constantly being refilled. As you can see, it gave us 30. And it gave us half. I mean, it did. But, I mean, it still works. Another thing we can do is get all of the different aspects that we're going to need. So we can look at this and go, okay, we need paper. I'll do 15, I'll do 23 paper or whatever. And then we can take a look at this again and go, okay, what gives us air? Take a look. What's something that's easy to get in here that gives us air? Feathers give us air. Straw feathers also give us air. So we can do that. Because this isn't hard to obtain. So we'll do a few of those. Ordo, what gives us Ordo? Well, we got to take a look here. And see if we can find something that's easy for us to obtain. That's not too difficult. Lead has Ordo in it. So we can probably do some lead. Just a little bit of lead. That seems... yeah, that seems fine. We'll do lead. Alright, so... lead. Probably don't need that much because it's 5 apiece. We only need 40. So technically, we only need a few. And then we need this one, which is life, the Victus. So we need to find something that's pretty easy to make that will give us this. Tiny potato. Oh, that is really good. So a tiny potato we can easily make, if we have a potato. Oh yeah. We can take some of these potatoes, and that should be plenty. And we just dump that in here. And that gives us a couple tiny potatoes. It does give us a few extra aspects, but that's what these quartz silvers are for. So, we should be ready to dump this stuff in. Remember, we also need our catalyst, which is going to be Salus Mundus. Okay, so I'm going to throw each one of these in. And I'm going to hit this. And it didn't work. But that's okay, we're gonna pull out all of this extra aspects. It is overflowing. It's because there's way too many extra aspects. It's gonna generate some flux for us. I don't want to do too much of that. So if we get enough here, we can just split it up ourselves. Boy, there's a lot of stuff in here. Yeah, this is basically what you need to do. I may be doing this incredibly wrong, but, I mean, I don't know. Let's keep taking this out. I like to show my mistakes, and, you know, I'm learning. Look at all these extra aspects we're getting. Now, you wouldn't be able to do this unless you had it hooked up to a water source like we have. Okay, so we're almost done here. We have one of each. What? Maybe we need more than one to pull it all out. Okay. And we'll dump that. Alright, so here is where we have an issue. We don't have enough Victus here. And remember, what generates this was the potato. That was one thing. Also, do I have to learn something for this purified bath salts, maybe, for it to work? I don't know. Maybe we just didn't have enough of the certain aspects. Air. We need 40. Victus, we need 40. We need... oh. We need more paper. As well. So we can make that. We can also use rice as well. I'm just going to go ahead and throw this in here. Like I said, this is not the best way to get this, because you don't get a full return on your investment here. But that did get us 40, so we have 48 now. Alright. Our air, we have 30, okay, we have 40 there. What else do we need? Victus. Bath salts, Ordo. We have 25 Ordo. Alright, lead. That's gonna be fun. Okay. So, 25 Ordo. These give you 5 apiece. Hopefully we can pull this out and get enough of the individual aspects. I'm honestly at this point not worried about the loss as much. Alright, and we also need to throw in... that's Ordo, so we have enough Ordo now. Now we need to throw in the paper. Which I thought I had enough of. Oh wait, that's gonna be cognito. My bad. We need the potatoes, that's right. Anyways, it doesn't hurt to have extras of these. Alright, let's find something else that gives us Victus. It's gotta be something else other than the potatoes, which were really good, by the way. So meat. Any kind of cooked meat, apples, fish. Ooh, this would be good. We have a bunch of puffer fish. Let's go take some puffer fish and we'll do this. All this just to get some bath salts, right? All of this just for some bath salts. Alright, we'll split that. We'll see how many we get out of this. There we go. And we should almost have enough. Perfect. Alright, 38 left of those. Alright, and we're golden. We're good. Let's take this. Throw these all in here. Okay. So we need only 40 of that. 40, and then 40 technically of this one as well. Cognito, air, ordo, victus. Cognito, air, ordo, victus. And it gets hit with Salus Mundus. Okay. And last but not least, that gets hit in there, but do I need to toss it? It's not producing. Something's wrong with that then. Like, it says toss Salus Mundus in there when that's there and it'll give you purifying bath salts. But it's not. It's totally not working. Bummer. Alright, well, you guys see it there. I'm not doing it wrong. It wouldn't show me in the recipe if I didn't already have it unlocked. So... Huh. Okay, so let's just assume it worked for the sake of it working. I was trying to figure it out. I sat there for like 30 minutes. I was just trying to figure out what was possibly the reason why. I have my stuff unlocked in here. Like, there's really no reason why I should not have that. Like, it should work. But it didn't. So, I don't know. Anyways. I put all the work to get the aspect in, and it's not working, so... I ended up just making it like so. Or just giving myself it like so. And now we can actually use it to progress and further ourselves through here. So, yeah. A bottling machine, by the way, would be really good for this, but also this is not a bad thing either. Just taking some water, putting some water inside of a smeltery, and getting it done that way. Now, where would be the best place to do this? Well, probably here, because we do have a little bit of room in here. So let's grab a bucket. Just like so. We'll get ourselves just one bucket of water for right now. Dump it in here. Make sure this is off. We need to take the cast off as well. Put that in there. Hit the button. Make sure the controller is set to the water. And that should be it. Wait, that gave us one. It's supposed to give us 64, but it only gave us one. So, That's not correct. And so I had to go and fix that as well. I don't know why that... Okay, there's been a couple of things that I found issues with, but I'm surprised more people haven't found issues to that. That should have gave me the amount that it said, but I don't know. I'm just going to go with what JEI said because that's how the pack's supposed to be set up for. Anyways, now that we have this, we can kind of figure out how we need to progress through here. For this, we need to make the wealth, the paper wealth. For that, we're going to need green cactus dye, a little bit of coagulated blood. That's going to be fun to get, because mainly we're going to have to set up another smeltery. I'll take a smeltery controller, smeltery drain. What else do we need? A little bit of seared brick, seared tank, cast. That should be about it. That should be all we need for this. And we can kind of go ahead and set that up. It doesn't need to be very big. Not at all. Little section here. One for the front. One for the drain. One for the lava. And there we go. Now, I might need to raise this up a little bit. And I do think we have some rotten flesh. And rotten flesh should give us this in a smeltery, but it doesn't show it's a recipe. But it's supposed to give us coagulated blood. There's blood. And we need a cast. Which I think we could use... Yeah, pan cast or whatever. Is it a pan cast? Coagulated blood. Cast... Oh, it just casts out normally. So we need 160 millibuckets of that. Which I think is about 4 of these. If I remember correctly. There's 2 more. That equals 160. Yeah, perfect. So let's go ahead and make ourselves a casting table. Just like so. Wrong thing. We need seared. There we go. And we can just cast it out, and that will produce one of these. Look at that. Little coagulated blood. Nothing any better than that, right? Alright. Paper. Wealth. We also need this sweat drain cloth. So it doesn't really show it when you click on here, but we need a cloth. Right here. Which is just some string. It's actually not too difficult to make. And I'm guessing we need to right click on it. Right click to cool off. So just right clicking with it makes it that. Okay. Kind of interesting. And yeah, the rest of it we should have. And hopefully that gets us emerald. What are we missing? Green dye? Well, that's what the cactus is for. Go ahead and cook that down real quick. I mean, we have green dye elsewhere. We can do... green dye there as well. And bam, there is our paper wealth. And right, we need to take this paper wealth and we need to smelt it down. Just like that, and then it needs to be cast with a gem cast. And how much do we need? This gives us 1 gem worth. So yeah, we just throw it in here. Speed it up a little bit. There we go. There's our 1 gem. Fill that up. And we have our first emerald. Great. Now, this emerald, we honestly need to use it in crafting. Because to make an emerald, we can actually use a specific, or at least to make the paper. To make this, we need a gold coin. To do that, we need an augment for the compactor. The augment actually requires electrum plates and emerald to make this. And I think that's going to be the easiest way to get emeralds. So, electrum plate. I think we have electrum. If I'm not mistaken. We do. Let's take a hammer. Make some electrum plates. And what we'll do is make that augment. Alright, which augment was it? This one right here. And Invar gear. There's our augment. And we need a compactor. So we have the compactor. We're going to use that later on with that augment. We also need a kit. Just a basic kit. Your simple bronze gear. And there we go. We hook that bad boy up to some power. And we can be making ourselves some money. Hit it with that augment. Basically what we need to make is, for paper, right here, we need to make these coins, and then we can just use paper and green dye. And to get that, we need gold. Just put some gold in here. Just like that. Super simple, super easy. Bam, we have some gold coins. And like I said, we can use that with some paper. And some green floral dye. And we have ourselves a few emeralds. Super easy. I'm noticing something weird on this. It doesn't take the acceleration, which is kind of weird. Wonder why it's not taking the acceleration. That's very interesting. But anyways, there's 7 more emeralds. Just like that. Perfect. Awesome. So these emeralds do have some uses for this, for the empower that we just set up. So that was something that we just worked on, was getting this empower and going. And that was one of the last things we needed to get the empower ready. So, like we looked at before, some of the things that we're going to need empowered. Let's just take a look at the dragon. We need to make the dragon horn, which is going to require empowered diamantine, empowered emeraldic crystals, lapis. So let's just start with lapis right now. That's going to require prismarine and cyan dye to empower this. And we can do it in block form, or at least we should be able to do it in block form. So if we took like some of this and we blockified it, that's going to be our center block. And what we can do over here is throw it in here to get empowered. Well, it's kind of hard to throw it in here now because I have something setting on it, but you can see we get palace block. And then right here we can empower it. We just need some prismarine. To get prismarine, we can use quartz. And this is kind of an expensive thing to do, but it's how you get it. So, there we go. It does 9 at a time. What you want to do is right-click this on here. Get some cyan dye. Just like that. And throw that right here. And as soon as we throw this block on here, it's going to start empowering. And that's how you empower stuff. Pretty easy. So if you're learning this right now, there you go. That's how you're going to do it. You're just going to follow that. Make sure these are 2 blocks away. And bam. Perfect. Now it should take a little bit of time. It should take the standard amount of power that it always does. But it being blocked takes a little bit longer. but you also use less resources on the side, and there you go. Now you can use hoppers, by the way, to automate this if you wanted to make multiples of these. Right now I'm just making one at a time. And same for the emerald. Let's say we have 6. I'm going to need just a couple more of the emerald. So green while I'm here. We'll grab the rest of the coins. And paper. There we go. There's 11 more, and I'll just throw them in, let them get going, and they're going to be ready to go. Alright, so that's emerald. We also need diamond. So I'm going to take some diamond. And then from there, we got to pretty much do the same step. Empower it. Take it, throw it in there and get diamantine. And we take a look at what this takes to empower. It's going to take some silver, some quicksilver, and light blue dye. So, light blue dye should be pretty easy to obtain. Now, the silver, that we're going to have to cast in the gym. Same way we cast this, so we can do both of them. It doesn't really matter. Okay, I'll stop that there. And I'll switch this over to the emerald. There's the rest of there's the rest of that. Let's grab some silver real quick. We just need 2, right? 1, 2, 1 quicksilver. Awesome. So 2 of those, quicksilver, light blue dye, and we should be empowering. Now, sometimes the empowering, if you see this particle effect, you know it's actually working, but sometimes kind of has some weird effects if the recipe's been changed. So I think quicksilver was one of those things that have been changed. Next, emerald. Spent all this time just getting emerald. We've made it to this point. Emerald attic. Let's toss that down there. There we go. Take a look at this. Grass, oak sapling, slime ball. All right. So, oak sapling. Grass we don't have. Slime ball we totally have. Shears though we can get that grass. Just another step we're gonna have to take. There we go. Pretty simple. So, grass, of course the emerald block in the center, slime ball, oak sapling, and what else were we needing? Oh, lime green dye. So, lime green. And there we go. And that is going to be, I think, the last one for us. And we only need 2 of these last steps. But once we have this, we are ready to rock and roll. So let's get the dragon head. Look at that. We're going to be making the dragon horn here. And by the way, these can be broken down into their parts now. Just like that. And last but not least, this one. Now let's take a look at this dragon horn. It's going to require this in the center. 2 of the diamantine and 2 of the emerald attic. So, 2 of that and 2 of the diamantine. And as you can see, sometimes you don't see the lights, but you'll see the particle effects, and this means it's actually working. And there's our dragon horn. We can do the exact same setup here, because we got to make 2 of these, I believe. Just make sure. Yep, we need 2 of them. Pull this out. And we'll slap another one in there. There we go. And there's our dragon horn. Nice. So we're getting quite far through this, guys. We are almost through this. We have a few more steps. I think some of these we can do multiple in an episode. This one will be one episode probably. But yeah, we're working our way through this. I hope you guys are enjoying these Let's Plays. If you are, don't forget to click that subscribe button if you haven't already. And also give this video, guys, a huge thumbs up, guys. I will see you in the next episode. And as always, thanks for watching.